You pervert, get out of here. What the heck? Hey, welcome back to the farm. I've got something today for you. How many of you guys have had your commode that just keeps running your water bill up higher and higher and higher? You thought about calling a plumber, but you know that if you do, you're going to be out $200 or $300, maybe even $400 or $500. So don't worry, I got you covered today. This is what we're going to talk about. Okay, so not long ago, mine was doing the very same thing. I fixed one problem and started doing it again. It's not doing it at the moment because I recently fixed it. I thought, hey, you know what? This would be a good time to show the folks the easy, simple way. I know there's plenty of guys out there and plenty of girls too, that ladies that can do this with their eyes shut. But there's maybe some people out there that don't know how to do this, and I know there's 1,000 videos already how to do it. But I'm going to try to give you the most thorough explanation, and I'll even show you some products. I'll link them in the description of how to fix this. So first of all, when your toilet lid's up, you flush your commode and you go about your business. You come back an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours later, and you notice that the commode's still running water in it. Well, that could be caused by several problems. We're going to get into that right now. First thing to check is this handle right here stuck in the down. Is it down here? If it's stuck downward, then there's something going on with the handle or the mechanism inside, which I'm about to show you. So that's the first thing to check. If that handle's stuck down, then this thing inside, which I'm going to show you right now. So to do that, you got this porcelain top. Grab a hand on each side and pick it up and just set it down. I'm going to do that even though I'm holding you. I'm going to do it as we do this. See, I just picked that up with each side, hand on each side. Lifted it off. Now, I'm actually going to set it on the floor because I'm going to set on this seat, but I'll show you what all could be wrong with your running commode. So, this handle, when it's pushed here, it raises this up, right? Which pulls this chain, and if you see down in there, there's this red looking, pink looking flapper. We call it a flapper ball. That flapper is stuck up. In other words, when you flush the commode and your handle's in a stuck position, then that's what happened. I'm going to show you what's wrong with mine and how I fixed it. It cost me $0 in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to simulate it right now. Now see my handle is down. I gotta get a new handle. See the crack in it, but that doesn't hurt the function. You see it stuck down, and here's why. See my tube here and this? What happened was, look right here. This handle is old and gotten worn out, so I have to push it back in. Now look out here, it pushed the handle out. So I squeeze them together. Now see, they're squeezed together. Now look, it went down and now it's filling up. Next thing to check, if that problem is not your problem, this is all good and tight, and this is good and tight here on this side both, then check to see if the handle's moving freely. See how that's wiggling? Even though I'm not flushing it, it's wiggling freely. That's what you want. And that's fine. Next thing to check is this hose right here. Is this hose caught up in your chain or in this arm? If this hose is underneath that arm, see how mine's over top of it? But if it's underneath it or caught in any way, that will interfere with this going up and down. All right. And what I had to do with mine is I had to move my hose over like I'm doing right now. See, it's over there now. Otherwise, when I flush it, it gets caught in that. That's the second thing. Those three are the most simplest things that could be wrong while yours keeps running water. So check those. Then the next thing is this flapper ball down here. Sometimes this flapper come off right here. See where my finger is? There's a little hinge on each side of this pole. Over there and over there. Sometimes that little flapper will break right here, right? And then when you pull it up, when you pull this flapper up, you flush it, it don't seat back correctly, and it starts leaking. Another thing with a flapper is, the flapper could be worn and old and it's leaking around the bottom of the flapper. Now the next thing with the flapper is, this flapper connects to a little tube that goes through this whole big tank right here. See this tank? And if that tube is broken or bad, you will have to take this tank off. But never fear, I still got you. The tank is not as hard as you think. I'm going to tell you, if you have to take your tank off, well, before I do that, let me show you the next two things. This mechanism here can be wrong. And there's also, if you'll see here, there's a plus down here. A lot of these you can adjust them, and what that is you can adjust how much water level is in your tank. That will cause the float to kick off sooner. Now on this one here, if you notice, you can't see a big float. Some of them has a big float on this side over here where my finger is. Big round black or white float that moves up and down the rod there. Works the same way. Sometimes that mechanism is bad, and if that's the case, you still can fix it for about 20 bucks or less if you do it yourself. Don't call a plumber out there to do this job, folks. It's so easy. I'm going to show you how easy it is. So the next thing it could be is this, and that is the only other thing that will cause your commode to keep running after you flush it. Those things I've already shown you. Now to replace this big tube right here and the bottom that this flapper sits on down here where this black ring is, see this black seal right there, to replace that, this big tube and this requires moving the tank. To replace the flapper ball down there, that big red place, does not require moving the tank. And you can get that flapper ball for 2 or 3 bucks, 4 bucks maybe. And they're usually universal. You just flip them, plop them on each side, hook your chain back up if the flapper's bad, and you're back in business. Now, if this is bad, this tube is cracked anywhere, this big tube here, or even if this tube is cracked here, you can fix that too. You can buy a kit. But if you have to remove the tank for the reasons I spoke about already, it's easy. First, okay, now, see that water shut-off valve right here? Right here. You'll want to turn your water off. That's usually clockwise. Yeah, see it's turning clockwise there? You turn your water off until you're finished. Then there's a nut right here. You can use channel locks, or what I use. It's a self-sealing nut. You unscrew that, and that, same thing. Clockwise will tighten it, and counterclockwise will take it off. Right? Let's see if that's right. I don't want to tell you wrong. Yeah, that's right. And then, after you get that part done, then when you get those connections off, you're going to come right down here. I'm going to get you up in here where you can see. All right. See that bolt right there, the wing nut? Right here where my finger's pointing? Right there. I've got my fingers, see that? There's one each side. It's just 2 wing nuts, right? There's one on the other side. So what you're going to do is take those nuts off. Remember to shut your water off first. Take the water, and you want to put some towels down around that water line down here. Put your couple of towels right here, around this right here, and around the back of your tank. Okay? And after you shut the water off, make sure you flush it to get most of the water out of the tank. Turn the water off, flush it. While all the water gets out of the tank, take the water line loose right here. That nut right here I showed you. Then, before you take the tank off, if you want to take like a small cup or another towel and dip what little bit of water's left out, that's fine. Then you want to take those 2 nuts I showed you underneath here, right? It's got the wing nuts on it, and take them out. Once you do, you're going to look down in here, look down in there. See those nuts right there? Right there's one. Over here's another one. And that will let you lift this out. This whole tank will come up, then you'll turn it over, and the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. There'll be, on the bottom of this, it sticks through this tank out the bottom. That's what this hose connects to. This nut right here I showed you earlier connects to the bottom of this. So it's easy. There's a little plastic nut screws up on the tank that holds this on. And there's a rubber seal goes on the inside of the tank, and there's a rubber seal goes on the outside, bottom side of the tank. And so you'll tighten it down with the nut underneath. That's how you put this on. This works the exact same way, but just a lot bigger. You got that big washer there at the bottom I showed you earlier, that black washer right there. and there's a nut that goes through that, and it's the same thing. You'll tighten that down with rubber washer underneath the tank down here, rubber washer on the inside of the tank. Exactly the same way as this, but in a bigger diameter. And then you will have this replaced, and then you'll have that replaced. All you gotta do from there, put your tank back on, hook everything up. You'll put the tank on just like I showed you to take it off. You'll also put the red washer inside that comes with your kit, underneath the screws. See the red washers? The black washers will go underneath the tank, because that brass is a brass screw and it's corrosion resistant, and that red washer is designed for those screw heads. So put the red washer inside and the black washer on the bottom. Then you've got the tank on, hook that water line back up down here. Then when you get that done, turn your water back on. And while you got this apart, I will go ahead and get me a new handle too, just because they're very cheap, and just redo your whole inside and you're done. You've cost you a total of 30 bucks and you saved yourself 300 or 400, maybe even 500 bucks, depending on where you live and how much your plumbers in the area cost you. Now you may be lucky and have a handyman that will come do this for you for $7,500. But you can do it yourself, $25, $30. So I would recommend, before you go buy your kits, I'm going to link a couple here and here, maybe a couple all through the video, so you know what they look like. But I would recommend two things before you go. One, if you don't want to take your old kit out first, what I would do is I would look at my commode and tank and see what brand it is. Mine says Bristol. Yours may be something different. Look at what brand you have, and when you go buy the new kit, make sure that it says it will fit Bristol commodes, right? There's many out there that are universal, these kits, and they will fit most of them. But if you get to the box store and you find out, you bring that one back and you take yours up, your open off, and then you find out, hey, this is not fitting mine. Well, what you can do is you can take your oven out, take it back to the box store with you. That's why I would recommend, before you go, you know you got a leaky commode and you know you're going to fix it, just take yours out before you go. Take those parts with you. I showed you those two big parts, those two big tubes. Take that with you, buy that kit, and you'll be able to do it. No problem. They even come with pretty good instructions. And so that's what I would do. But if you need any help and you got the kit and you're stuck, leave me a comment. I respond pretty quickly usually, and I'll get to you very quickly, and I'll try my best to help you. I hope this I hope this video has helped you, and I pray that you have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next one.